All right, ladies and gentlemen, switching it up a little bit on today's video. So I guess you can call this is more based on the computer store, but had some guys come in, a really good friend of mine actually, and he got a motherboard and he was like, yeah, looking for some RAM and, you know, like a CPU and stuff. And I was like, where'd you get this motherboard? Because I noticed the price on it was very attractive, and it was like a 700 series Intel, which is like, you know, 12th, 13th gen, like new, but really good price. So I was just like, where'd you get this? And he was like, man, there's one of those like bin places that's like a liquidator. You go check it out. They got in the back, they got a whole huge electronics section. And I'm like, all right, well, yeah, let's go up there. Maybe I can find a little bit of stuff to fill out some inventory, because I'd love some like newer generation motherboards that don't set me back very much. I could just kind of have ready for whenever people come in. So let's go see if this is a bust. All right, so that was a bust. Definitely one of those places that it's all like Amazon returns and stuff like that. He had a couple motherboards in there. He had a Z790, really nice, like Asus ROG, like actually really nice motherboard. And he's like, yeah, man, I'll do it for like 150. I'm like, I looked it up online. You know, I think that board was going for like 2 something. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a bad deal. Like, you mind if I open it up and like take a look at the socket? I want to make sure it doesn't have any bent pins or anything. He's like, yeah, it's fine, it's whatever. Like, the guy, he don't care. I open it up. It doesn't have a cover over the socket. I can clearly see it's got like a section, I don't know, about yay big, probably like 20 pins just bent right over. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $100 and some bucks for a chance to fix it. And nah. So they had some other stuff. I got a picture. They had a full build in there. Oh gosh, it's hot. It's hot. Hold on. Oh, they had a full build in there, and I think it was a an 8700K, a Z390, so a little bit older. They wanted like 600 bucks for it. Not a horrible price, but the it was definitely like heavily used. The case looked like it had kind of been through the ringer. A lot of these newer cases especially, they just don't hold up well over time, because they're just cheap. They're made cheap. They're thin, so they bend and crackle and pop real easy. And that's fine. I understand that. Their price on it, yeah, it was like 650 bucks. I don't know. It's high. Everything in there is either the price on it was high, or it was like probably broken. Like that motherboard was a good deal, but it was probably, well, you know, it had pins bent, so the pins needed to be bent back to be able to use it. Yeah, so oh well. Anyway, I called my buddy back, and the one that had bought the motherboard up there, I was just like, hey man, you know, I went by, I didn't really see anything. You know, they rotate inventory out a bunch. And he's like, yeah. He's like, actually, I can't get my system to post. And I'm like, did you check the pins on the motherboard? He's like, I didn't even pay attention. And so he's like, I'm gonna bring it by the shop on Wednesday, and I have a good feeling that potentially that motherboard's got some bent pins as well, and that's why he was able to get it for a really good deal. Oh well, it's worth a try. And I guess if I was desperate and didn't have anything going on, I could have grabbed that motherboard and try to fix it. The only thing I don't like is those places, pretty typical for them to have a 0 refund, no return policy. Once you buy it, it's yours. So if you buy a paperweight, it's your paperweight. As for GPUs, they had a couple GPUs in there. Prices sky high, in my opinion, on the GPUs. He had a 1070 in there, wanted 175 bucks for it. I don't even think 1070s are going for that much on eBay, like just straight up resale price. And that's one of their big things on the walls everywhere. It says, you know, buy here, sell on eBay, make profit. And I'm like, dude, a majority of your prices for all your legitimately probably working stuff, you're not gonna be able to resell that and make a profit, but it is what it is. I asked him if he had any processors. He didn't have any processors because I was really interested. He had like a little workbench area set up to where you could like plug some stuff in, like graphics cards, to test them. But I was curious to see if we could try to test out maybe some of the other motherboards. Prices on those weren't as good, so it led me to believe that maybe those motherboards worked. Oh well, it is what it is. He also had a 2070 Super. At first he said the price was $250, and then he said it was $200. It's one of those places where there's not a single price listed on anything. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine, so it really makes me want to go ahead and get a label maker and start putting prices on everything, because it's super intimidating coming in and having to ask questions like, how much is this? How much is that? How much is that? Because there's no prices listed. So just by going there today, I did benefit from the fact that I realized I do that in my shop. I have a bunch of stuff out and I have no prices on anything. I need to fix that. I need to work on that. Even if my prices, you know, I can haggle on them a little bit, I still need to have a base price listed because that's super annoying. But yeah, so, oh well, maybe we'll try to come back in a week from now and see if they have anything else. But I'll go ahead and drop that picture of that pre-built, I guess, right now, and I'll see y'all in the next one. So my first time trying to go to one of those big Amazon box resellers, it was a bust. Yeah. I was gonna try to record more, but when I came over to the motherboard and opened it up, and then he walks back over and I like take my phone out just to use it as a flashlight to like look down on the pins. He's like, we don't do no recording, no pictures in here. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I don't know why. Whatever. Oh, somebody's yelling over there. Yo. Anyway, all right, guys. See y'all on the next one. Adios. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I ended up picking up another Alienware. Guy originally talked to about trading in, and then he finally decided that he just wanted, he hit me back up and just wanted cash for it. So that's fine too. You know, we do that every now and then. This is an 7700K and a 1080 Ti, apparently. I didn't really check it over. Got it for a pretty decent deal. I think I already have it sold because there's a couple people that were interested in the last Alienware. I had one almost identical to this. There we go. Pull that side panel off. And it sold pretty quick. So I reached back out to a couple of those people and they were like, yeah, you know, I definitely want it. So hold on, let me turn my light on real quick. Okay, there we go. Let's unplug this power supply. And I believe, just like the other one, this just slides out of the way. So looks like, yeah, identical motherboard running probably 16 gigs of, let's see what kind of RAM it's got in there. I'm gonna guess like 3200 megahertz maybe. So there's an 8 gig stick of 2666. So yeah, that's not no 3200, but it is still DDR4. So I guess that is one of the good things about it. All right, so the RAM's in there. GTX. Huh. Red PCB. That's a different one. I don't know if this is an Alienware OEM. We got a loose SATA cable there. What do we have for a storage drive? Do we have a storage drive? I don't see anything, which is fine. I thought he said it had a 1 terabyte in it, but you know what? For the price I paid, it is what it is. I can't complain. I was hoping there was like an M.2 up underneath the graphics card, but I don't feel one. As for this graphics card, I kind of want to pull it out of there. This bracket looks factory, I think. Pull that bad boy over here. And then what do we have? It doesn't have any part numbers on it. It just says GTX. So it is supposed to be a 1080. We'll cross our fingers because there's no markings. The fact that it does use a 6-pin and an 8-pin for power, that leads me to be hopeful that it's not a 1070, because the 1070s only had a single 8-pin. But let me reinstall this. I'm gonna close it up. We'll boot it up, go into BIOS, and see what it's looking like. And of course, it's got the Alienware AIO with the it's a 120 radiator up top. These were a really cool design. It stinks that they kind of fell off. Yeah, there's the NVMe slot right there. So there's no NVMe in it. There's no storage drive. It is what it is. We'll have to put one in there. All right, guys, she is up and running. I notice this side panel, the RGB on it is going in and out randomly as it flickers. There is some like contacts on the inside of this that transfer power back and forth. So I'm gonna try to clean up those contacts. This side panel lights up. So yeah, not a deal breaker, but you know, it is unfortunate. Now, he did tell me it had a 7700K in it. This actually has an 8700K. In my opinion, that's a big jump up in performance. You're talking about going from a 4-core 8-thread 7700K to a 6-core 12-thread 8700K. I'd much rather have an 8700K every day of the week. So you know what, we took the gamble on it. It was a good enough price that basically the CPU makes up for buying the whole thing. It is unfortunate there is no storage. There's no drives in it, because I swear I thought he said it had a 1 terabyte, but it may not have. I don't know. It was one of those deals that popped up quick. He called me, and we just made it happen. Now, as for, it does have, you know, the 16 gigs of DDR4, and it's running at the 2666. I had my monitor or keyboard plugged in. I was going down below. I can't see what kind of GPU it is right now, and I don't have any drives here at the house. They're all at the shop. So I'm gonna grab a storage drive. I'll throw Windows on this bad boy. I guess I could plug in Hive. But I don't have any more Ethernet ports. I'm maxed out on Ethernet at the moment. Yeah, I need to bring me a bigger switch to the house, because now that I'm doing some mining stuff, that's kind of eating up a lot. But oh, just so you guys, you know, will chill out a little bit, I am going to be slotting some GPUs into these CPU only rigs, and we're going to be doing some unminable on the new, I don't remember what it was, but it's that coin that's making a bunch of money. So I don't necessarily want the coin because I'm afraid it's a hot potato and I don't want to have it when it falls, but I do want some other coins. So it is on unminable now, apparently. So we'll mine it on there, get paid out in something else. But yeah, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call it for tonight. Y'all have a good one. Peace out, and wish me luck getting these stickers off of here. Oh, man, I hate when people put stickers on stuff. Like, why is there a Asus Strix sticker on an Alienware? I don't know. There's no Asus in this thing. Oh well. Peace.